Exactly. That should have distracted you from my terrible typing in the dark there. Although after using a C64 for a while and not using a Windows keyboard for a few hours, you do actually get a feel of where the keys have moved to. Because spatially they're not really in the same position because it's not the same size. Oh no, he's gone a bit mental at the moment. Jonesy, what are you doing, mate? Hey! If you saw a blur in front of the camera, that was Jonesy. Right, we're still in joystick port 2. Win! Have to keep saying that to yourself. What's the matter, bud? I'm sure there's a directory which had like all the software houses, and this doesn't seem to be the one. I think, is it this one? Right, here we go. This is really what using a C64 today is all about. You know, you can just put loads of games from loads of software publishers in one directory on your SD card and just get on with it. Just like, oh, what shall I play today then? Well, I know loads of games don't work that I've put on here, and I've played most of the others. Fuck knows how many more videos I've got to upload. I think we'd be alright until the big four in the younger Dryas. Well, I suppose for everyone else, let's just call it springtime. Nah, R is a fighting game, I don't want that. Bop and rumble and bop and wrestle. I don't know if I've played Dark Star there. Dark Tower. I can't remember if they did Freescape games. So we've played Grand Larceny. I hope I uploaded that, recorded that over a year and a half ago on the SX64. We've done Horace Go Skiing. We haven't done Hungry Horace. I haven't got the unreleased demo version of Inspector Gadget. I only got the released version, which is not quite as impressive. Let's go, Mr. Hungry Horace. It shouldn't take long to load. I think it was a 16K Spectrum game, wasn't it? So not really going to be a bigger program on the C64. Which is why a grid runner on the C64 is like 5K or something ridiculous like that. Loads pretty fast, considering it uses a standard loader, until you find that out. Apparently this is from Beam Software, but I put it in the Melbourne House directory, so I hope this ain't like the American version. Yeah, I'm gonna have to unlimited lives. No, let's have a bit of fun, no invincibility. Well, the title music is better than Manic Miner, another ZX Spectrum exclusive until the C64 conversion came out. Same year as Manic Miner actually. Ah no, this is joystick port 1 out, bollocks. I'm moving the joystick and it can't move, so Now famously pressing fire on joystick port 1 does, yeah, so it's joystick port 2 game, but if you press fire in joystick port 2 it don't start, you have to press space, it's already but you know what, the game engine is really smooth. I'm actually surprised by the C64 Horace games. The Spectrum ones are more like a Nintendo Game & Watch game by comparison. I actually like the sound effects as well and the little melody. That's a bit weird the way you teleported back up there. Hang on, haven't I got all of them? Oh, you have to leave the fucking maze as well. At least you don't have to do it all over again. Yeah, you come here, mate. You come here. Oh, alright, if you're gonna go that way. Ah, shit, I can't go that way. Oh, no. Right, now that I know what I'm doing, we'll give it a go. Unfortunately, this is the WIZ sleeve zip stick, and I'm not explaining that any more than that. You'll have to do a search on the internet what the hell that I'm going on about there. But there's 2 of them now. I was trying to clear off at least one area, so I only have to do like the bottom half of the screen, because you start in the middle anyway. Yeah, these iffy bits, you want to try and avoid them actually, because he runs exactly as fast as you, and you need a really good joystick to fucking navigate the bits you want to go around. And you still get caught out. I need to get down there, don't I? Don't know where he's going to go. See, he will catch up with me, but I'm so far ahead, luckily. So we get this bit first. Gives us temporary immunity. Well, you can't get to that bit. So just get this. So luckily he's a bit dumb. We have to somehow get down there. Oh no, that's no good. Oh no, don't come in. Shit. See, that is a bad point. It's actually really difficult to get to the opposite side of the maze. Maybe when you stop moving. Right. So the maze is different as well. It's actually better than Pac-Man. Hungry Horace on the C64 is bloody better than Pac-Man. What the hell is going on? Now if I could do a Michael Caine impersonation, I would. Now the bad point is you only get like 1 power pellet, and like Pac-Man in the arcade, can't remember what I was going to say. No, more blackberry juice. 6 months before blackberries come out, I might be dead then, mate. And that's the red ones, not the actual black ones. And that's bloody brilliant, that game. Both the Horace games are brilliant on the C64. I would have enjoyed both of them. But you know what, I probably never bought them because I either saw them running on a Spectrum or, come on, see the keys are not where they would be on a Windows keyboard if you were using WIZ. And that's just the, you know, the letters and the numbers, see, they're not where they should be. Yeah, no, I don't know if it's the output of this C64 or the input to the analog signals on my plasma TV, but the colours are not solid anymore. There is like some weird banding jumping about. Probably the camera won't pick up, but at least we're not in joystick port 1. Here we go. So yeah, that is the beauty of the C64 today with an SD to IEC. You have to have a shitload of discs to actually be able to do this without an SD to IEC. And discs are unreliable, sadly. Back then, you've had no problem. Someone sends you some discs in the post, 99% of the time they're going to work. Nah, I don't like the sound of any of them. That means probably Quarry, whatever that is shit as well. So we'll ignore Jetsoft this fine morning. There's some Gauntless knockoffs on here. Can't remember which of these are really good, if it's WIZ or 47. 47 didn't work. So I'm going to try WIZ today, not Whizball, not Wizardry, just WIZ. And don't whiz on it, it might not be shit. Bloody hell, the microphone on the camera there a bit fucked, I reckon. Yeah, Jonesy's still a bit crazy. Oh, Ben Heck's ginger cat, who's started to, grow up nicely now. It's getting bigger. He does seem to look a hell of a lot like Little Devon. I don't know how big his cat is. I did make a comment about that on his channel. He did actually reply. So he's probably, despite what he's trying to convey in the videos, I suppose, he probably really likes cats, I reckon. Maybe he really loves pets in general, who knows. But yeah. And he knew that Jonesy was a ginger cat in the Alien and Aliens film. He's actually the best character of all the characters that are in both those movies. Be careful how I word that. The original Alien, there's a lot of great characters. Unfortunately, they all died, and Sigourney Weaver survived. Along with Jonesy. Thank fuck. So yeah, spoiler alert, but I can't believe anyone hasn't watched Alien. Who can really... title page. Yeah. What's the name of the Baron in Dune, however you want to pronounce it, the movie. He looks like that character before his hair went green or whatever, and all the weirdness and the pus and the shit when he was a baby. Probably playing with a Paul Daniels magic kit. Not a great picture though at all. Want to see some C64 pixel art? Here, look at this, great, isn't it? No, you wouldn't do that. You know what? Space to go on. Something I'm very short of. Joystick put one now. I says fucking press space anyway. Okay, pushing up on the joystick causes it to pause, which is very handy. Or my C64 is fucked. Very slow. It's moving left and right in sort of south part movement. Why can't he go that way? I don't get it. This is really weird. Why? So he has to be right in the middle there. There's something weird going on with this. Because you can't go backwards now. The graphics are actually starting to corrupt now. Oh, it's a real shame. I've got no idea where I am in the maze now, obviously, which is a bit of a problem because I'd like to get outside and see the corrupt trees and grass. Maybe they were alcoholic druggies, they were corrupted. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if Jonesy wants to go out. How are we doing on the old battery light? Unfortunately for you, it's not even flashing yet, so there's more than 10 minutes of this bullshit to continue. But I did get my Amiga 1200 story. Shock discovery in Amiga format. Already knew the Amiga 4000 was going to be like over 2 grand. He's going crazy now. This is not good for my reviews. Maybe the moonbeams have hit his, what is that thing called? Pineal gland, I believe it's called. The light sensitive gland in the centre of the human brain. But further out in the geography of the brain for, you know, other mammals. I think it's only mammals that have them. So I've actually played all the fantasy software games. Isn't that great? Well, Block Hopper wasn't bad, I suppose. There's only 4 budgie games. I've done 3 of them, and Tournament Tennis refuses to fucking load. I think the Fall Guys, the one where it's a bit like that. What's that game where you're on a train? Express something or other. You could actually do a really good one of those, you know, on the top of a train kind of arcade games. Bloody hell, I heard pigeons in the chimney breast the other day. I'm like, fuck off. That's the last thing I need, mate. Pigeon shit is very toxic. Not having enough insults about the old Patreon trips lately. I suppose I could have talked about how I got my Amiga 1000, but my memories of that are, yeah, they're quite faded actually. I remember the details, I don't actually have a memory of the events. So it's a bit like memorising a sheet of paper describing what you're waffling on about when you're like, you know, recalling the memory. And having that. Can't really remember the atmosphere of when I first turned it on originally. Yeah, we'll do level still. That coming out on the camera. Well, I hope the bloody camera ain't moved now. No, the camera's just out of fucking focus. Right, ZX Spectrum title screen, fuck off elite. joystick port 1 as well then. However, things are moving smoothly. I'm just stunned. I'm not stunned by the shit gameplay. Where the fuck am I? Ah, it waits for you. Right, so you can't jump off it. I'm only persevering with this because the train is actually moving very smoothly. Horrible game though. Fuck, you know, it doesn't even jump. You can't touch anything. Next. Yeah, these videos are not funny unless I've turned the camera off and stitched it together in a very way. Nah, these are forced ones. It's better when I, you know, just do one when I think of a good idea. I had a good idea for ages. Maybe I should give my dad back his 32GB USB pen drive thingy. Because at the end of the day, it is his. I was only borrowing it for the C64. No, I ain't got one in it. Well, I did have one. It's a tiny little one, the size of about 10 staples. Yeah, the small ones, the office staples. And that was for the Gotek USB drive, and I don't know where it is now. I know where it used to be 4 years ago. It was in an ashtray on the windowsill, and it just looked like a bit of small plastic. So I thought, I know, I might have thrown it away. Especially if we're talking 2 years ago when my reading glasses requirement went up massively. And actually it's not really a focusing issue, although it is now. Yeah, well, it's not bothered with that, but we've had a very low calorie breakfast today. American coffee, and I've already explained what that is. Which is basically how Jeremy Clarkson described it, if you're wondering. Can't remember which actual Top Gear challenge that was on. It was on the challenge. May have been on the no, I think it was on the American adventure where they get attacked. What's Jeremy Clarkson? Oh, Jeremy Clarkson was driving the Commodore RS, which turned out to be the base model, which he obviously knew all along. But yeah, don't bother watching the latest episode of you know, the Grand Tour, episode 2 of season 4. That's absolutely, it's just, there's nothing new going on, and the cars that they're using for the challenge are like really expensive. Now it's a bit like you know, saying to a kid in 1986, you know, oh, unlimited budget, mate, unlimited budget. You want a computer? I'll buy a computer in it. And he goes, I'll have, I'm not going to do a kid's voice. Pissed off with that shit. He says, I'll have, you know, an Amiga 1000, which was, I think, $1,500. And his dad said, nah, that's too cheap. Nah, we'll go with this 286 PC for like £5,000 from IBM. think it was actually called the PCAT. Actually $5,000, not pounds. But you get the idea. And, you know, yeah, sure, you spent shitloads of money, impressive, neighbours come round, wow, you got one of them, they cost more than me and my wife's car. And, you know, wouldn't be better, you wouldn't have a better experience, and that's really the problem with the Grand Tour. They're only good when they limit themselves to like cars that, you know, relatively normal working people can actually afford to buy. I couldn't give a shit about you know, 200 grand Bentley piece of shit, whatever it is. Right, roll up is done. We're doing the last bit in the dark so I can actually talk. Note to self, Dawn of Commodore shows must have the Manic Miner head torch, although they waste the batteries much quicker because some knob decided to put 10 LEDs on it. That's a good idea on fucking AAA batteries, you fucking pricks. Right, it was joystick port 1 and we did notice, amazingly, fucking hell, battery's not flashing yet. I haven't done enough work yet. It's still like one of them Patreon prick channels by my standards. You know, uploading one video a month and you're being paid thousands of pounds. You're not that fucking good, mate. None of those channels are. They're all shit. You know, 2 videos a month when you're getting paid like your mortgage and enough money to build a huge fucking warehouse in your huge fucking garden. Nah, fuck off, mate. And then to top it all off, it's still a fucking Wikipedia fest. In fact, there's one channel that regularly covers buying like vintage hi-fi equipment. And he did a challenge once and it was like, what can I buy with like 50 euros, 50 pounds, whatever it was. Something nice and retro. And it was some fucking horrible sounding piece of shit technically. It didn't even look that spectacular. I can't even remember what it was, nothing special. But for like 52 quid, I got a full goddamn Pioneer mid-80s, you know, hi-fi semi-stack system. You know, obviously the turntable and you know, the tuner are not built in. Even has remote control, very modern, everything works, sounds brilliant. Part of the problem might be that guy's got some disease where he's constantly got symptoms for another seasonal disease from the winter. I'm trying not to be specific. Because some of his stuff is alright. And he does seem to try. He's not a Wikipedia wanker. You know, like some people. But yeah, you know, I could do a thing on that if my house was finished, but my house is not finished, so that's the end of that conversation really. Mr. Frosty was horrible. I was playing something the other day and I said this is as shit as C5 Clive. He had played it back, not actually played it on the computer. I think it was Tales of the Cat. So I think we have to play C5 Clive now. Actually making these videos with the absolutely ridiculous place, you know, where I just randomly cut the camera off where you're just not going to expect it. Anyway, possible. Nice crack throat. Because it instantly fucks off, not because it's technically right, you get infinite lives but no collision detection, which I wouldn't have turned on anyway. Right, we're doing level 1, learner driver, which is the simplest fucking thing. Yeah, I forgot to say, you don't have control on moving forward. You can only move up and down. Let's just check that. Yeah, pressing 5 does nothing, pushing back does nothing, but I think you can zoom across. I think that's what pissed me off about this game. Because I worked out how to do everything. And then that happens. What am I supposed to do? Don't want to play this again. There you go, Tales of the Cat is not quite as bad as that. Glowing endorsement, eh? Maybe we're finally getting used to where the bloody keys are on a C64 QWERTY keyboard. No, not really. Yeah, that was a lucky guess, that one. Thought the shift key had stopped working there. Fuck's sake. Constantly paranoid about your C64 stopping working or some part of its functionality being compromised. Yeah, that would not be good. I think everyone needs a real C64 and either a Tapuino or SD to IEC and a good arcade quality joystick in their life, sir, for as long as possible. As soon as I knew that I no longer had a C64, which was being stored like 2,500 miles away in another country, allegedly, you know, it was just like fucking junked. Days after, or maybe a week after being told, I just couldn't go out there to sort that out, and yeah, shipping your stuff back is not like a 1 or 2 day operation. They weren't really very helpful at all. I want to play Mad Doctor, but you really do need, you know, the full instructions of that. Possibly even read a review. Yeah, that could be a good option. You can always try and see if there's a review in Zap. But on a game like that, they're probably not going to be more than a quarter of a page. I think they've done all the software projects. I know. I haven't played Dragon's Lair. Oh, that reminds me, someone got really upset when I said Dragon's Lair on the C64, at least it's not as shit as the arcade game. And of course, straight away the dumb cunt goes straight on and says, what, those graphics are not as good as the laser disc. I'm doing his voice simulated. By my perception of his IQ, yes, we're viciously savaging this anonymous person. I can't even remember his name, I couldn't give a shit what his name was. But yeah, I pointed out, fucking Dragon's Lair is a Twitch game, mate. You got like 1 second to push the joystick in the right direction or it swallows your money. It's a fucking money making machine. It's not a great game to play. Now I admit, watching someone else who's brilliant at Dragon's Lair actually playing it, especially on the real hardware, is much more enjoyable than watching me play this on my YouTube channel, I guess. I was going to say on my camera, but no, you're not watching it on my camera. I'm watching it on my camera now, and the battery light is flashing. That's alright, I just finished my last roll up, so I've probably got the energy to do the old breakfast litter trays in the dark, bollocks, on top of everything else. And making sure that 2 of the cats are separated. What the fuck does that mean? Right, okay, we'll go yes. And to even go of 1. No, thank you. Hopefully this will work. I think that should have been blue where it's turquoise. I think really turquoise is too bright a colour. And even if you use character mode, if you can use turquoise, yellow and red, you can use blue as well. Not a fan of the dithering on the castle. I'd probably have hard light and shadow boundaries myself, but the rest of it's not bad, you know. Obviously it doesn't look as good as the arcade. This is we're playing Pac-Land again. Not exactly Defender of the Crown on a C64 if they're going to the old Knights of the Realm era. There's quite a few female people doing graphics on the C64, more than coding. I suppose that's normal really. I think there was only 3 at Atari doing the VCS games. But I suppose that's like a quarter of them, is it? I don't know. Can't remember who left when and who started when. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking gem paint, Mac paint dithering going on there. So I'm not sure if you can jump now. Bloody hell, you have to jump from quite a way back. Ah, the controls are isometric. Oh, they're not left and right. Oh no. That is a mistake with this game. So it is as annoying to play as the arcade. Almost. Right. So pushing left makes you go down and you know what? Fucking Commodore key at already. Fed up with this level already. However, back then, like I've said many times, if you spent your 19 quid on this shit, we got a different tune. Your green light has appeared on the SD to IC. It's now illuminating the bottom of my C64, causing uneven yellowing probably. But these machines are meant to be used. There's no point buying a C64 except for spares and not using it. You know. And that's really if you've got a lot of C64s like me. Now of course 4 of my SX64s moving the joystick doesn't seem to do anything. This is shit. Next. See, the other thing is by playing the games this way, you save wear and tear on the mechanism and the heads on your disk drive. And on your tape deck as well. No, that was a bad guess. So let's see if there's something else in the joystick port 2 yet. Thank fuck for that. The camera's gonna run out soon. So Let's see if we can find something not shit that loads quickly. Scrolling platform, let's see what's in there. They're all multiple discs. Well, F1 GP circuits is not one of them. Limbo's Quest as a single D81, but I don't think that works actually. Give it a go. Good old cliffhangers. Everyone loves a cliffhanger at the end of an episode. So it does appear to be the whole game in one disc. So I don't think I've missed anything off there. Some later games do detect if you have a D81, so if you load the D81 image from an SD to IEC, it should turn off disk accelerated loading or anything like that. More to do with a crack than, because that's easier probably to do than change it so it just defaults to no acceleration at all, because people with Jiffy DOS, yeah, they won't be happy. I think the entire cracking community relies on you having a 1541 Ultimate and Jiffy DOS. I think that's their attitude, which is wrong, obviously, because they destroyed the home computer market. Glad I got that one in. I was just going to say I could put it on a bit of, shopping TV channel bullshit, but yesterday I was going through my scramble video for the VIC-20 and there's like 3-4 minutes of fucking shopping TV at the end of it. I didn't notice that. I thought it was a 7-minute review of that game. And what must have happened is when I pressed the button to stop the recording, I didn't actually press it hard enough, so it carried on recording. So when Punchy had loaded and I was going to switch it back over, I forgot that, I forgot to check the LCD basically. I didn't notice it was still recording, so I stopped it there, did the Punchy review, went back to stop it, I noticed it wasn't recording. I was like, fuck, got to do it again. So that explains why at the start of the Punchy review was, I mentioned, not, it's all right screen, it's not brilliant. Yeah, I mentioned at the start of the Punchy review that I'd not pressed the start button hard enough and done the review. I didn't do that at all. But yeah, where else can you get 4 minutes of some overpriced fucking hilarious attempts at fucking selling you this shit as well? Fucking vegetable peeler. So you can have music and sound effects. I think my mate played this on his C64, I'm not sure actually. So it's a really nice parallax effect. Trying to see if it's a proper one, but nothing funny overlaps really. Can't tell. Because the diagonal bits on the bottom and the top don't overlap anything. Very sneaky that. And the arched windows at the top. You notice the windows at the bottom are square. So technically you can start to see what's going on.